Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by Gator Trim Life, Campus USA Credit Union, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Meldon Law, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Sensei Asian Bistro, Ruse Ogre State Farm, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, B&D Electric, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
It is time to eat some lunch and talk some sports. Welcome into a Tuesday edition of Sports Scene as you listen on WRUF. Tyler is our producer today, and we thank him for his work. And we thank you for tuning in to Sports Scene today. If all goes well today, right at the top of the show, our only guests of the day, Shanda Stebbins, the athletic director at Santa Fe College, is going to tell you about something they're adding to their sports facilities. And then I hope to have Seth Greenberg here from ESPN to talk about the developments with Dusty May and all of that. And before we go any further, let me tell you, we are fueled, as always, by Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Go see them today. When you do, you know what to do, right? Tell them we sent you. Also, we're coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio. From pool enclosures, businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, all programmable right from your phone. Pool deck, landscape area, house, whatever it is, they can make your place look great. Go to GatorTrimLight.com, find out more. Tyler is going to get your questions and comments to us. First of all, if you have a text you want to send, 352-325-3777. That's the B&D Electric text line. The folks at B&D Electric are pros. They're reliable. They do good work. It's service you can trust. You can schedule with them at bdelectric.com. All our Facebook Live questions, courtesy of Ruse Ogre State Farm, your go-to agent in Gainesville for car, home, casualty, and life insurance. Our YouTube questions from Campus USA Credit Union, the place where one Steve Spurrier does his banking. Founded on the UF campus and serving our community for 90 years. All of our phone calls come to you live on the Titan MRI and Imaging phone line. 3 locations in Gainesville and 1 in Lake City to serve you better. Same-day scheduling is available. You can call them for the best MRI and go to find out more, TitanMRI.com. All the emails, srussell@wruf.com, brought to you by International Diamond Center. Simply put, you want good jewelry, you want great jewelry, this is the place to go. International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators. And this first hour of the show brought to you in part by our friends at Quality Plumbing. Rely on the same company Gainesville's trusted since 1984. Quality Plumbing's name says it all. All right, let's go now to our Titan MRI and Imaging phone line. Shanda Stebbins, the athletic director at Santa Fe College, is here. Because she's got a little news about some additions that they're making to the athletic program over there. I'll throw it to you. Let folks know what's happening.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Good to have you.
Good. We're so excited to announce that the Hitchcock Family Clubhouse is going to break ground on Thursday at 10 a.m. We're going to have a ceremony out at the fields. This is the first in the 40 to 45-year history of our baseball and softball programs that we will have locker rooms being built for them. So we're really excited about partnering with the Hitchcocks and the college, Santa Fe College Foundation, as well as external people to make this happen. So it's been an exciting time.
How long was this project, planned, in place, all of that?
It's the donation came in about 10 years ago. And wow. So I would say that the plan is really solidified in the last year and a half. Very excited to have Sherry Houston as our Vice President of Advancement pushing this forward and making sure that we honor the Hitchcock family well with what their donation was intended for. So we're just really excited to get this going. And we know that construction is always slow anytime you undertake anything. I know Florida's about to spend a whole lot of money to upgrade the swamp. And it's not going to be ready in August, I don't think, when they kick off.
No.
But it is a beginning, so that's an exciting time.
I was going to ask, though, what is the scheduled completion time for this? Do you know yet?
Well, initially, I think we were shooting to start in May. So, I think the completion was going to be February. It's moved back a little bit, but I'm really not privy to all those exact details. I don't anticipate it taking years to complete. There are a lot of phases. There's more than just locker rooms coming.
There's a lot of
there's a lot of upgrades that are phased out. For example, we're going to eventually flip softball around to have the traditional cloverleaf model that most complexes have, and that will be obviously an undertaking. There's going to be an increased ability for fans to access the fields. We rolled out in the last year and a half or 2 years, some ADA accessibility with some sidewalks, and so that project is just going to continue to grow and develop. I think the final vision is a really nice fan centralized area that's safe, that's at least accommodates some weather concerns. Especially weather concerns for the teams playing and the umpires. Also, in Florida, heat is an issue, and so this first step with Hitchcock Family Clubhouse will provide us space if we have a heat related issue to help shelter either a student athlete or an umpire, or potentially even a fan if there is a major heat related incident. So there's some safety and accessibility things we're really excited about bringing to fruition.
That sounds like a great thing. And again, it'll be a phased-in project here. A couple of people emailed and wanted to know about the status of the new baseball coach, so I'll throw that at you.
Yeah. So as many people know, we're a state institution, and so all of our human resources steps will be followed, just like any other position that's posted at the college. And so there's a certain number of days that needs to be posted. Then it'll go to a committee, and then up to through the hiring authority. And so suffice it to say that these kind of things take time. In athletics, we're not used to necessarily slowing down and taking time. But one thing I've learned in my time at Santa Fe is we want to do things right in the right way at the right time. And so getting in a hurry isn't always the best process. And so I've learned personally and professionally that patience is quite a virtue.
It sure
and
is.
So we'll work through the process appropriately, get the right person in place, and and success is coming for that program because of what Johnny built for years, of a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and then before him, what Harry built. So we're excited about what's to come because of what's been before.
I know that we've known each other for years, and I've always liked you, and we've always gotten along. And but you must be pretty proud of this. I mean, you don't take a lot of credit. You don't pound your chest over this. But I'm sure for you, as somebody who's been there, who's now the athletic director, seeing these improvements, seeing your teams do well, that's got to be a pretty good thing for you and the college, isn't it?
I think the biggest compliment that even, just as I think about any career, is the mentorship that I've had from people like Anne-Marie Rogers at Florida. Them paying it forward into me has enabled me to pay it forward to both coaches and student athletes. As a coach myself and as an athletic director, there's no better reward, for us as coaches or as athletic directors than to see our student athletes flourish, both as people as students and as athletes. So, yeah, I'm really proud of our student athletes. I'm proud of what they do day in and day out. I'm proud, too, that they love their sport. They love playing college sports. And to brag on them for a moment, you know, I don't ever hear them say, hey, how many more home runs do I have to hit to get my NIL bonus? Or, you know, what do I have to do to get more money? But I often hear, you know, like in this project, hey, coach, because they still call me coach a lot. Hey, coach, when will we get locker rooms so we don't have to change in our cars? And so it's a proud moment that we can help our student athletes get what potentially I think they deserve, but also help them in the process become their best version, because our student athletes go on to do just amazing things like most institutions' students do. But we're really with those kids, and so it's a really fun time to see them be successful.
One more time, date, place of the groundbreaking.
Sure. So it'll be this Thursday, 10 a.m. out at the baseball and softball field, sort of in the track area, but you won't be able to miss it. It is open to the public. We welcome everyone to come. You know, we ask everyone, please bring your cool weather with you, because we know it's going to be hot. Thursday morning, we promise to keep the ceremony short, but especially sweet. We are so happy to honor the Hitchcock family and collaborate with all the different groups that are partnering with us to make this happen. So we invite the public to come and be a part of the celebration and enjoy the beginning steps of what is going to continue to become bigger and better things for the college and Santa Fe athletics. Fun
time for you, fun time for the institution, fun time for the athletes. It's great that you're going to do this. And I know you're proud of it, and congratulations on this. And thank you for being here today to tell folks about it.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate your support.
You got it. Thank you. Known her a long time, done a great job. Shanna Stebbins, the athletic director at Santa Fe College. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Don't forget, all of our guests today, as always, come to you courtesy of Meldon Law. Serving Gator Nation since 1971, Meldon Law won't back down. I hope to have Seth Greenberg here next. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF. Friends, if somebody's been in business for 45 plus years, doesn't that tell you something? Trust, longevity. Well, that is the case with my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville. The Cousins family has operated that business for the past 45 plus years, and they specialize in just one thing. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Great variety, great selection. I'm driving one now, have been for years. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
Everyone knows Gator Trim Light is the go-to for patented permanent holiday lighting. But did you know they do so much more? From pool enclosures and businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, fully programmable, right from your smartphone. Invisible by day, stunning by night. Show off your orange and blue home or landscape with GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. GatorTrimLight.com.
Nobody does catering like P.F. Chang's. Elevate your gathering with our buffet-style catering pans. Packed with bold flavors and generous portions of your favorite dishes, we make it easy to serve and even easier to enjoy. From chopsticks to dessert, everything's ready for pickup or delivered right to your door. Choose individual meals, customizable catering packages, or build your own perfect feast. P.F. Chang's Catering. Your feast perfected. Order now at pfchangs.com/catering.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their pressed ciabatta pesto chicken with fries, grilled chicken, assorted roast peppers, mushrooms, mozzarella, and pesto aioli.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Soccer Sticker Fever is here at Miapa. Every Wednesday from 4 to 9 p.m., bring the family for Soccer Sticker Trading Night. Trade the stickers you're missing, pick up albums and sticker packs, and connect with fellow collectors. And kids ages 3 to 10 eat free with a paid adult entree. While the kids enjoy dinner, treat yourself to the best Cuban food north of Miami and delicious Cuban coffee at any of our 6 convenient locations. Mi Apa Soccer Sticker Wednesdays, every Wednesday 4 to 9 p.m.
In a world of big banks, there's only one truly local choice in Gainesville, Gala Bank. Locally owned and operated, Gala Bank is built by people who live here, work here, and care about this community. With over 350 years of combined banking experience, you'll always get trusted guidance and personal service you can count on. And with convenient 7 to 7 hours, Monday through Saturday, banking works around your schedule, not the other way around. Local bank, local people. Gala Bank. Member FDIC.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
Hey man, what's Hard Rock Bet giving new players?
If you win your first $5 bet, you get $150 in bonus bets.
$750. ¿Cuánto?
Oh, was that Ronaldinho? Sounds like his first bet scored.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New customers bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. We are hopefully going to get Seth Greenberg a little bit later in the show. Congratulations to Oklahoma. They just beat down North Carolina last night. Carolina ran out of pitching. Simple. But you know what's interesting to me? With what Dusty May has done, Oklahoma is the champion. They will go down in history forevermore as winning a national championship, and they deserve every credit that comes with that. But think about it. They were not very good during the regular year. And what does this show? Here's what it shows me. The regular year does mean something, right? You have to qualify to make the NCAA tournament. You have to do what you can to host a regional and or a super regional. So the regular season does matter. But here's what matters more to me. How you play when you get there. It almost makes the regular season meaningless. Florida played well enough in the regular season to be a top 8 national seed. That's over 56 games, plus the SEC tournament. Hard to do. But they didn't play well in the postseason and got bounced. Nobody will remember Oklahoma lost, I think, their last 4 SEC series before they went to the SEC tournament and then lost to LSU in the SEC tournament. Nobody will remember that. What people will remember is getting a postseason bid and then getting hot. That's what it takes now. That's what it takes. There's 2 parts to the equation. The regular year, which is important, which sets you up, but then you got to deliver in the postseason. And if you don't, then some would consider the season to be, if not a failure, a disappointment. I'm watching Oklahoma destroy them last night, and that's exactly what's going through my head. Right? Bosworth is there. Tim Walton went. Barry Switzer's there. John Mateer, the quarterback, a who's who of OU is there, and they should be, right? But I'm just telling you, the judgment of how a team does has changed. Getting to you can have a great regular season. Florida had a great regular season in the fact of they finished as a top 8 national seed. But a disappointing end. And then I'm going to talk about Dusty May. Take a look at the coaches who have now either retired or gotten the hell out. Dusty, when you coach now, there's a great column on CBSSports.com today. The reporter was with Dusty May when he got the Coach of the Year award. I think they were in St. Louis. And he had to stop the interview to get a call from a recruit. And the recruit said, "Hey, I'm coming." Dusty May was happy. But he said to the reporter, his agent's a pill. Well, guess what? The kid called him on the phone and said he was coming. He ended up not coming. When you are coaching in college basketball now, you don't have time to celebrate. You literally are on the phone. And look, I'm not saying that's bad. Nick Saban famously, after winning a championship, told his coaches, right after winning the championship, they had a meeting. And you better give me 3 recruits you got we're going to call tonight. They called recruits the night they won the national championship. And when one didn't have them, he just chewed him a new you-know-what. So, right? The player that Dusty May was after verbally reinforced his commitment to May and Michigan 2 more times. Never came. And Dusty May got an offer from the NBA, and he said, "You know what? I'm out." If you think Todd Golden, and look, I'm going to say this, I've not talked to him. He might hear me right now and call and say, "You're completely wrong." It is my opinion. It is my opinion that he will listen to the NBA, especially after this coming year, when the band is all together. One last hurrah. I would not be shocked at all if he went to the NBA. Not saying he's going to. Please don't take it wrong. International Diamond Center email, Brian says, with the May situation, he's thinking about the possibility of Golden making the jump next year. With the whole team turning over after this year, it would seem logical if the Gators have a season like they all think they could have put a bow on his years in orange and blue. And he says he also sees Coach Donovan back around the program after taking the season off from coaching. Would you see a scenario where if Golden does leave, that UF would want Billy back? Would he want to come back? Look, Billy is what, 60, 61, whatever? Does he want to come back and deal with all that? I mean, this would be his last job, obviously, right? You would think. I mean, maybe. He said he doesn't want Coach Golden to go anywhere. He's done so much, but he does go. Bringing Billy home, having him build it again would be amazing. Yeah, it would be a great story. No question. And I'm going to also say this. If Todd Golden does go to the NBA, I don't want to hear one person complain. You can be sad. You can say, but hey, right? I think he's etched his mark at the University of Florida. He doesn't know this place a dime. Let's get to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line. Daryl is there. Hi, Daryl.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Good.
And he's done that in a short time, too, so didn't take him 20 years or,
Yep.
to get to, where he's at, putting the statue out. But listen, just hearing now what's all going on with these ages and the athletes of the day coming out of high school and college. I heard Dr. Peter Delacardo with Shane this morning on an interview. Those doctors are really trying to get out of this too, because there's lawsuits and, you described it one, like if a doctor performs a surgery on someone and they're not back to their original speed or something, ability, and they can sue the doctor for large amounts of money now. And with everything that's going on and with these lawsuits that's coming up, everybody's suing everybody now. So it's just crazy. Even doctors don't want to deal with it. So
it is crazy, but it's it's where the sport is.
Right.
I'm glad I'm where I am in my career. I would not want to be where Tyler is. I wouldn't.
Right.
I mean, look, covering a team doesn't change really. How you do it, the way you do it, the technology and how you do it has always changed. When I came back here in 1998, we were still using reel-to-reel tape to do interviews.
Right.
I mean, literally. And that isn't that long ago. So, that part changes, but boy, I've always had respect for coaches. I've done a little bit of it. I know how hard it is.
Right.
But nowadays I have even more respect because it's crazy. It's just crazy.
It is crazy. With the scholarship now, with where we are now, 2026, back in the day was room, board, and, books and all that. Is that scholarship still the same on top of the NRL money that they receive?
I believe so, yes. I mean, somebody can correct me, but I believe that's true.
Right. Okay. All right. I appreciate it, Steve.
Okay. Daryl, thank you. Appreciate your call. We'll take a break, come back, open the phone lines up for you. What do you think about the Dusty May situation? What do you think about the possibility of Todd Golden? And again, Todd, if you're listening, hypothetical, I'm not saying you're leaving, dude. You can stay here for 20 years, 30 years, when I'm in the ground, okay? So let's get that straight. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Your home for the Tampa Bay Rays is WRUF.
Summer is here. This summer, don't let pain or lingering injuries hold you back. Good news. You don't have to deal with long waits or high costs at Titan MRI and Imaging. At Titan MRI and Imaging, you're not just another patient. You're treated with care in a comfortable, personal setting. With 2 locations in Gainesville and 1 in Lake City, being pain-free is a short drive away. And they accept insurance. So don't sit out this summer. Get the scan you need and get back to enjoying it. Visit TitanMRI.com to learn more.
Summer's back, and so is IDC's most popular offer ever. 0% financing for 5 years. Now through June 30th, you can make any purchase at International Diamond Center and spread your payments out to 2031 without paying a dime in interest. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, earrings, pendants, our largest selection ever of certified hand-picked diamonds and exclusive designer fashion jewelry. International Diamond Center at Celebration Point. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
By now, you've heard about the Florida Legends Experience in Gila, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, and Steve Spurrier all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com.
Thursdays just got a whole lot better. At Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, it's prime rib night, and it's everything you've been craving. We're talking slow-roasted, perfectly seasoned USDA prime rib, carved just the way you like it, served with a jumbo loaded baked potato and all the classic fixins. Simple, legendary, done right. This isn't just dinner, it's a weekly tradition. And hey, you asked, the head ball coach delivered. Join us every Thursday for premium prime rib night at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Come hungry, leave legendary.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
It's game day. Lights on, fans ready, everything running like it should. Now imagine your home performing at that same level. No flickering lights, no tripping breakers, no last-minute surprises. With B&D Electric, your home's electrical system is always game day ready. From repairs and lighting to panel upgrades and troubleshooting, they deliver reliable service you can count on every time. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule your service today at www.bdelectric.com. That's bdelectric.com.
Foodies, this is not a drill. Sensei Asian Bistro is now open in Celebration Point, right next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and it's bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you won't find anywhere else. We're talking smoked New York strip, rich matcha curry, melt-in-your-mouth Chilean sea bass, and the fan-favorite Chunggang chili chicken. Feeling adventurous? Dive into fresh crudo oysters or treat yourself to A5 Wagyu tataki. Add in handcrafted cocktails, and you've got your next night out covered. Sensei Asian Bistro. Come hungry, leave impressed.
Gator football returns September 5th, right here on WRUF.
All right, let's hear from you. That's what this show is for. There's not going to be a whole lot more before we take a little summer break. So we'd like to hear from you. 3928255. Let's go a B&D Electric text. What do you think the chances are these players return to the baseball team? Peterson, McNeely, Surowick. Peterson is gone. I get the sense that depending on where he's drafted, McNeely would go. I think Surowick comes back. I don't know why. My instinct says he comes back. Facebook Live question, courtesy of Ruse Ogre State Farm Trevor. Now that Giannis is on the Heat, do they contend with top teams in the East like the Knicks and the Celtics? They had to give up a lot of depth in the trade. I personally don't believe they'll seriously contend. I think they'll be better. First of all, his health, been a little bit brittle recently, but they'll be better. Do I think they'll be in the upper echelon? No, I don't. Again, YouTube question, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union. Greg, Golden wants to risk being a flop in the NBA or be the dean in the SEC. Shouldn't even be a question. But I grew up in Gainesville, so what do I know? Well, Greg, anything in life, and here's the other thing. You're making the assumption, right, he's going to win every year in the SEC. That's a huge assumption. We've seen a lot of great coaches not do that. Okay, the other schools have money too. They hire good coaches too, and it's about a challenge. There are the Tom Izzos of the world and those guys, college lifers. God bless them. They didn't, I'm sure he had the itch. I'm sure he had chances to go. Decided to stay in college, but the college landscape now, Greg, is just different in my opinion. Mortal Jim on YouTube. Can't blame Golden for wanting to try the NBA, and with Houck, Chinyulu, Condon, and Aberdeen leaving after this year, opportune for him, if there's interest, he's still young, if it doesn't work out, an opportunity to come back. Yeah. Now again, please understand, I'm just saying, would he entertain it? That's all. Let's go to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line. Byron, hello.
And Steve, I want to say this too, for entertainment purposes only. That's what Steve is doing, but not you, Steve. We hadn't even got to when Chinyulu and all these guys have even played through the season, and we worry about what's going to happen next year. Enjoy the ride, and maybe Coach will come back and try to break some records, and we'll treat him good and cheer and sell out the old dome, and he might not want to leave. How about that? But, Steve, real quick, I want to take a shot at Kevin Winters yesterday after your show. I don't know if you heard it, but he'll know what I'm talking about. And the guy from Milwaukee, hold up, help me out, Steve.
Giannis?
He's going to Miami, right?
Yeah.
But he's wanting him to go to Boston, and I told him that I had an inside connection that he was going to go into Orlando, but I knew Miami maybe because of the weather and all that stuff. But just kidding there. And Steve, real quick on the scheduling and football, I tell you what I like as a Gator fan. It's not our schedule is easier. What I do like is we got 2 games, hopefully, that we can grow and learn from and maybe not get injured. And when we play Auburn, instead of going through the Miami and South Florida gauntlet, which is some 2 pretty tough teams, and the fans who don't like to watch those games, I hope you get used to this because it helps you win a national title, I think. So that's my opinion, Steve, and I'm sticking to it for entertainment purpose only. And go Gators!
Byron, thank you. I want to tell you quickly about Gala Bank, Gaines's only local bank. It is locally owned. It is locally operated. Over 350 years of combined experience to help you with any banking need you might have. Don't need an appointment. Don't have any sign-in sheets. And anybody can cash a check with them, even if you're not a member of Gala Bank. So try them today. Gala Bank, 7515 West University Avenue off of Tower Road. They are members FDIC. Bill, welcome to the show.
Hey, Steve, you're going to be my memory on this one, but I wanted to talk about gambling in football and college sports in general. I had read about a player who they caught gambling on his team, and I can't remember the team, but maybe Nebraska, and then he went to the Southeast. And what is the NCAA or any legal organizations looking at this possible other players gambling on their team or just in football in general? Because it's just all over the place about ads, and they say, oh, little lines, oh, yeah, call this number if you feel addicted. But where are we at as far as gambling in football by the players?
If I knew the answer to that question, I'd be making a lot of money. I'd be making a hell of a lot of money, honestly, Bill. I mean, look, players, now, most of the players that have been caught are playing for lower level schools. But all you have to do is Google it and Google how many players have been caught getting, betting on games or point shaving or whatever, for a gambling thing. It's happening. It happens right now. The Brendan Sorsby thing, would it be naive to think that, there aren't other players who are maybe doing it? But he got caught, and obviously, he was doing it on a pretty big level. So I don't think it's widespread or anything like that, not at least to what, Sorby has done. But I think it's something that better be monitored. I think it's going to be monitored.
Well, what's since you know some of the players from the minor school, what has happened to them if they've been kicked off the team?
Yes.
When I was growing up, the whole team got banned for a couple of years, but obviously that's not happening.
No, it's case by case, but obviously the players they can't play anymore, and they're prosecuted. That's good. You can't do it.
Good. Well, that's a start anyway. Can I talk about one other thing about Todd?
Yes.
Obviously, to me, I always thought college basketball was a little easier because you can kind of make your team. Through the portal, through trying to make sure your players. I would think in pro basketball it'd be harder, and I think Billy Donovan may have gone because his team is set, and maybe it wasn't as much work. But I think Todd Golden would be making a mistake if he left because he just can't build his team in pro basketball unless I'm very naive. So it's possible.
Oh, of course it's possible, but, front offices get paid to do that. It's just like in football, you have college football, you have general managers now. Well, they help build the roster, right? So it's being done in college already. the pro model
Right.
has been adopted in college. So if he decides to go, to the NBA, now here's what nobody knows. Okay, Coach X in the NBA, how much say, how much influence, how much input do they have when it comes to the front office and saying, hey, if we can get him, go get him. Can we move up in the
Right.
draft to get him? I think I would be, again, naive to think that coaches can't at least express that opinion that, for example,
Right.
the NBA draft is coming up, right? Coach X goes to his front office and says, hey, is there any chance we can move up to get, whoever? And the front office says, well, no. And remember, just like in college, there are salary cap issues that that you have with the team. So and that's why the college game is getting like the pro game, because what are we talking about? Caps, money, there's budgets,
General managers.
Yes, that's the name of the game now.
Well, I guess we'll see. I don't want him to go, but he's his own decision maker. But some people just want that glory. But he's got a lot of glory here. So thanks, Steve, and enjoy your summer break.
Thank you, Bill. Well, Dusty May had a lot of glory at Michigan too, right? Again, it's an individual thing. By the way, I went back and looked at this. It was just the start of this year. I wanted to make sure I was right. There was a college basketball point shaving scheme that was uncovered. It involved more than 39 players on 17 NCAA Division I teams. And it resulted in dozens of games in the previous 2 seasons being fixed by a gambling ring. That's that whole thing with the former, with the NBA player. Remember that whole thing? Well, 20 of the 26 defendants that were originally named played college basketball either in 2023-24 or 2024-25. So there you go. A real deal. Rich, hello.
Hey, Steve. My guess is that Coach Golden, he's probably already had informal conversations with executives in the NBA, and maybe they're telling him, one more year of success, one more college championship. He would not be doing his due diligence if he didn't have those conversations, even if it's not with him directly. Maybe it's his representative. I'm not sure.
Unless you just don't have any desire to go. There's some college coaches that, are college lifers and, don't want to go to the NBA. But to your point, I think if you're smart nowadays, you at least explore through your agent or whoever it is, what the possibilities might be. There's you don't have to make a guarantee, nothing. You just explore the possibility.
Absolutely. This trade that is coming out this morning with Giannis going to Miami. So do I get this right here? 3 first-round picks and 2 players for Giannis. Is that correct?
I believe that's right. I'd have to go look at the specifics, but that sounds right.
And essentially, Hero and Vasquez, both first-round picks. So essentially, this is 5 players that were drafted in the first round for one 31-year-old guy that is showing his age and that's having injury issues.
And Bobby Portis is in there too. I believe he goes to the Heat.
Okay. This might be up there with the Herschel Walker deal from years ago. Unbelievable. I don't understand. I'm no NBA expert. I know that this does not look like a good deal to me. What are your thoughts?
Here's the thing. I think if you're in business, in the sports world, do you build long-term, Rich, or do you build now when you have a window, right?
Yeah.
Giannis is 31. He's a 2-time MVP. The guy's not a ham and egger, but he's been a little injury prone. But I'm sure they did their due diligence on him in terms of medical, all of that. And I have no idea what the Bucks roster is now. But if you're the Heat, Pat Riley wants to win now. So I think he says, you know what? If we can get Giannis, if we can get and Portis is a good player, that's going to – here's our shot. Here's our shot. I get it. We'll see if it's any good. Now, I'll tell you what. Miami does, in my opinion, they get a whole lot better defensively because Adebayo is the ultimate rim protector, and Giannis is too. So I think that the Heat get instantly better defensively because they'll have two really good – I think Adebayo's elite, and I think Giannis is near that when he's healthy. So people forget that. They always think offense, but they'll be – if they're healthy, those are two rim protectors I'd like to have on my team.
Absolutely. And what happens to Jaylen Brown right now? Apparently Boston was offering 2 first-round picks and Jaylen Brown. Puts him in an awkward position. Does he want out of Boston? I don't understand this.
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to it, but here's what I would do. Look, trades are part of the deal, right? If you're a pro, you are subject to being traded. I don't care how much you want to stay in a city. Teams are going to make trades, and sometimes you have to sacrifice good pieces in order to make your roster better. So Jaylen Brown's being paid. And Jaylen Brown has a responsibility to the Celtics, has a responsibility to the organization and to the players around him. He may be mad, he may feel upset, whatever, but that cannot carry over to the court, and I don't think it will.
Hopefully not. Backtrack to yesterday real quick. 7-5 for Gator football this year. Thanks, man. Have a great day.
Okay, Rich. Thank you. We'll take a break, come back. More to come. Still plenty of time to hear from you. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trimlight Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
It's the Battle of the Trucks at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC. The Chevy Silverado 1500 strikes first with 0% financing for 60 months. The 26 GMC Sierra strikes back with 0% financing for 60 months plus no monthly payments for 130 days. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and done. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Subject to lender approval. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable. And when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
A few more scattered showers and storms still possible near areas such as Lake City, Stark, Gainesville, Palatka, St. Augustine. Some storms may produce some gusty winds between 30 to 40 miles an hour and frequent lightning. Highs reaching the 90s again, 95 Gainesville, 95 Stark, 95 Ocala, 96 the Villages. It may feel like we're above the triple digits again. Lows tonight in the 70s. From the WFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Audrey Shirley.
You're listening to Sports Scene with Steve Russell, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Yeah, I'm looking out my back door. Welcome back to Sports Scene for this Wednesday. International Diamond Center email, Dustin, Gator Baseball finished 16th in the last ranking according to Baseball America. Just right, low, too high, your thoughts? I would say that's about right. And again, you know, for a lot of schools would certainly take that and run with it. But I think I'm not speaking for every Gator baseball fan, Dustin, but I would think that would be a disappointing end-of-the-year ranking given what was laid out in front of them when they got the top 8 national seed. Let's go to D. Hi, D.
Hey, what's up, Steve?
Hey.
Talk about the trade.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Celtic fan, I did not want Giannis. I'm glad I thought he was going to Miami all along because he said that's where he wanted to go. I thought the Celtics, Milwaukee used the Celtics to get more out of Miami. So, I mean, they kept driving the price up until they got what they wanted. So, and like I said, Giannis wanted to go there. But you had a caller ask why did Miami do this because, like you said, man, Pat Riley wants to win now. He's 81 years old. He doesn't have much time left. The Miami Heat won the play-in the last three years. The fan base was kind of starting to turn on Pat Riley in the front office. The Miami Heat had to get this done, Steve. They had to because the fan base was getting restless.
Yes, they had to do something for all the reasons that you said. And here's the other thing, right? We don't know if they're done.
Right.
Could they trade somebody else? Could they trade Tyler Herro? Could they? I mean, we don't know. So
he was in the deal.
Yeah. No. I mean, could he be flipped?
Right.
Right? Don't know. So are these teams done? I mean, given this big trade, are the Bucks done doing anything? Are the Heat done doing anything? We'll find out.
Yep. As far as Todd Golden goes, Steve, I feel he's going to have to leave for the right situation. I just don't see him leaving to a organization like a Sacramento or Utah or the Wizards, one of these downtrodden teams. Dusty May is going to an organization where, they stripped it down all the way. They traded Anthony Davis. They're probably going to end up trading Kyrie. So they're on the same Cooper Flag, still young. So they're on the same timeline. There's really no rush to win right away. So, like I said, he's got one of the best GMs in the NBA. So I think if Todd were to leave, it's going to have to be for one of these top-notch organizations that want to win, not just that just want to sell tickets and really not want to win. Owners don't want to spend. So, like I said, it's only maybe 3 or 4 organizations like that.
That's right. And, look, I hope people understand why I'm bringing Todd Golden up.
Of course.
If Todd Golden was coaching Alabama, I'd mention it, right? Because I think, look, when Dusty May stood on that ladder and, cut the net down, even he said something to the effect of, the old Peggy Lee song, "Is that all there is?" And all that work, and it was just a fleeting moment, and all of a sudden he's back on the phone, trying to secure somebody, through an agent. But that's the landscape college athletics is in. And, I think it takes a special coach now at that level, at, the higher profile levels, to deal with all of that, because you don't have time to enjoy it. You just don't. You have no, if you win the Super Bowl, think of how long you have to enjoy that. I mean, you have the draft and all that, right? But I mean, it isn't like the next day you're on the phone with somebody going, "Are you coming here?" That's crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
Yep, different time. Be good, Steve.
Thank you, D. Appreciate you. Hi, Keith. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Steve. Couple comments on football first, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
Recruiting, I'm drinking all the Kool-Aid, man. I'll tell you, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm drinking all the Kool-Aid, like what I see. I will say one thing, though. We need to close the deal on the field. And I don't mean we have to win a national championship, but we have got to show, and I think we will, that we're not a train wreck on game day. I think that's a fair statement.
Yep.
Was it 2 or 3 years ago, Steve, we went into National Signing Day with Billy Napier with the number 2 recruiting class, and they all defected on signing day. Why? Because Billy couldn't close the deal on the field. Another word of caution, the 5-star receiver Royal that came to visit. Yes, I want him, but I think he's a drama queen. He's back and forth and all over the place. As you know, he just visited Texas this past weekend. He's a drama queen. We're not going to know until he signs his name. I'm going to move on to basketball real quick. Enjoy Todd Golden while you have him. He's a special coach. He can recruit. He can do the portal. He can relate to players. We're not going to lose Todd Golden to another college. We will lose him to the NBA.
No doubt.
So
I agree.
That's all I got, Steve. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Keith. I agree 100% with that. He ain't going anywhere else as far as college is concerned. That's our first hour. We'll come back with hour 2. Good first hour. Love to hear more from you. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
This is former Gator quarterback Shane Matthews, and you're listening to the home of Gator Sports, WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com and let your brand shine.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
This summer, bring every game home. Baseball, soccer, golf, like never before with a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World, Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions, delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it at Electronics World, Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by Gator Trim Light, Campus USA Credit Union, Doreen Weeby Realtor, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Meldon Law, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Sensei Asian Bistro, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, BND Electric, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
Welcome into hour 2 of Sports Scene for this Wednesday. Glad you're here. Good first hour, and I love this, especially this time of the year when it's a little on the slow side. Tyler, our producer today, really talked about mostly the Giannis trade and Dusty May, why he left, what could that mean for Todd Golden or whoever else? How about a John Shire, right? Somebody like that. What about Tommy Lloyd at Arizona? I mean, there's been 2 coaches, to my knowledge, who've had really serious NBA offers that have stayed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Golden and Hurley. Hurley turned it down, turned the Lakers down. So, I don't know. But once again, when you look back and see, and there is still this future thing that we have to look at in terms of the Protect College Sports Act. Is that going to happen? What are the regulations going to be? When you go to the NBA, you don't have any of that nonsense. Here are the rules. Boom. Done. That's it. It ain't going to Congress. And that's why. Now, look, it's fair to say a coach doesn't have to deal with that. But a coach does have to deal with the ramifications. So, do you think there'll be more coaches like Dusty May that will leave? And I think the answer is yes. We'll get your thoughts on that. Come to you live today from the Gator Trim Light Studio, a place where they can make your home, your business, your landscape area, your pool deck look great. Pool enclosures too. They've got you covered. Full color systems, all programmable right from your phone. Visit GatorTrimLight.com and they'll make it happen for you. We are fueled by Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. When you go see them in person, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you. We will open the phones. Titan MRI and Imaging phone line, 392-8255. International Diamond Center email, srussell@wruf.com. Many thanks to Quality Plumbing for being our first hour sponsor. Their name certainly says it all. And our second hour brought to you in part by our friends at Domino's Pizza, where nobody delivers like Domino's. Whether you're picking up, ordering delivery, fast, easy, just a click away, order now at GatorDomino's.com. Quick little football note. Athlon is out. Florida is number 26 in ranking in Athlon's release. And that's, I think, about where Florida is going to be. Either a fringe top 25 team or close to it. And I think that tells you a lot about what people think about the early job that John Summerall and his staff have done. All of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Meldon Law won't back down. All right, good first hour. Your thoughts on the Giannis trade, your thoughts on whether or not you think more college coaches will go away. And then this. Given Oklahoma and the fact that they didn't have a great regular season, they kind of inched into the playoff or to the regional and then got hot, right? Right now, in the hierarchy of the SEC, where is Gator baseball in your mind? Where are they? What ranking would you give Gator baseball now in the SEC? And my friend John sent me something that The Athletic did. They're looking back at college sports in the 90s and how much has changed. 13 teams were awarded either an AP or a coaches poll national championship. One Florida team in the 90s, and you can guess which one, made the top 15. Yeah, you guessed it. Nebraska had a couple of teams in there. Florida State had a couple of teams in there. And I believe, I think it was Nebraska, Florida State, and I think Florida State had the most. I think they had 3 teams. I think Nebraska had 3 teams. I think those were the only 2 schools that had multiple teams that were ranked in the top 15 of the 90s. So for whatever that's worth. Number one, by the way, that 1995 Nebraska team that Florida lost to, which was really good. They averaged 53 points and rushed for 400 yards per game. And they outscored 4 final top 10 teams by an average margin of 31 points. Only one of 12 opponents stayed within 3 touchdowns. That's the right choice. I mean, you can quibble about some other ones, but that's the right choice. All right, let's go. I got a whole hour to fill here. All right? We're getting down. We're going to only do a few more shows, and we're taking some time off because you think the month of June is bad. The month of July is brutal for sports, especially around here. So we will take a little time. All right, got another email here, International Diamond Center email. Scott says, what do you think Gator fans' reaction would be if Golden were to leave? Sadness, mostly. I would hope gratitude. And there'll be some would be angry. I get it. But I hope that, people would understand he gave a lot here. Like when Billy Donovan left, right? I mean, how do you say anything bad about how, what happened when Billy left here? So I don't think you could even attempt that. Philip, as far as the Giannis trade, I'm not a Heat fan, not a Bucks fan, but I think the Heat got the best of this, even though I get it, the Bucks got a whole lot of draft capital here. At least what the Heat got is measurable. What the Bucks got, we have to see how it turns out. Okay, that's fair, I think. Fair assessment of that. I don't think there's much problem with that. I'm also going to try to keep you abreast today. I believe there's afternoon baseball. The Trailblazers have a new coach, somebody I've never heard of. Honestly, I've never heard of him. He's the Timberwolves assistant, Micah Nori, N-O-R-I. I've never heard of him. I'm not saying he's not a good guy, but he's the new coach for Portland. So, again, the wheels continue to spin. All right, quickly, baseball here with some games today. Royals and Rays. Cags is in Tampa. The Royals are 13 games under 500. The Rays are 11 games over 500. There are no afternoon games. I thought there was one. Well, it's a 4 o'clock game. Astros and the Blue Jays. But other than that, everything is tonight. Wyatt Langford, better of late. The Rangers have crawled to within 2 games of 500. They're visiting the Marlins, who are a game over 500 about halfway through the season, which is pretty darn good. If somebody said to a Marlins fan, 80 games into the year, you would be within 2 games of the Phillies, I think you'd take that and run with it. Well, guess what? That's where they are. International Diamond Center email. I'm sorry. Titan MRI Imaging phone line first. Greg, hi.
Hey, Steve. Hey, you calling us out. I'll always call you up. Steve, I just wanted to chime in with the Golden thing. And somebody was literally here when we were watching Coach Sloan with Vernon and Shensis and them. And, it's kind of funny. Nobody back then was worried about Coach Sloan going to the NBA. And nowadays, so basically we're just a stepping stone university. I blew up your YouTube page with comments, but when you called us out, I figured I'd call you. Is that what UF and colleges are now, just a stepping stone for the pro leagues?
No, it's about an individual choice because Tom Izzo didn't go, right? There's college coaches who stay. But think about it. That's what college is in general. When you play sports in college, where do you go?
We go to the pros.
Bingo.
Right,
so
but I'm just saying, as a whole, though, on the coaching, though, I'm just kind of focusing on the coaching. I mean, there was, like you said, Tom Izzo. We remember all of the old great coaches from the past, and Coach Dean and them at UNC and all that stuff. And Bobby Knight throwing chairs. I just have a hard time accepting that we're going to get a coach in here. And personally, I'd love maybe taking the Hardman or however you say his name if Todd leaves. But I'm just going to be, as a diehard Gator fan, born in Alachua General, it's not even there anymore. That's when you know you're getting old. Your hospital you're born in isn't even there anymore. But if this is what I'm going to watch now, is a team that's going to have a coach for 4, 5, 6 years, and then they go on to the pros. I mean, then how long before, let's say Summerall has a breakout year in a couple of years with all these recruits and he wins the Natty. Now we're talking about him going to the Chicago Bears or the Minnesota Vikings. I get that you progress and you go pro, but it's gotten to the point now where it's just universities are just stepping stones for the pros. And it used to be for athletes, I concede that point, but it never was like that for coaches. Now it's like that for coaches too, and I'll just take that off air and go Gators.
Okay, thank you. Well, Greg, I would beg to differ, though. Billy Donovan, right? I mean, it wasn't a long time ago, but it's been a while. He went to the NBA. So it happens. Lon Kruger went to the NBA. Not from here, but went to the NBA. You're talking about college versus pro. Why do you think it is that Rick Pitino, John Calipari, guys like that all went to the NBA? They wanted to see if they could coach there. It is the pinnacle. Pro sports, right? And you don't have to recruit. So it's always been like, it isn't recent. It's always kind of been like that since probably the 90s? And all those, and again, you've got guys that stayed in college. Roy Williams, all those guys, they stayed. But they also got out. The Krzyzewskis of the world, the Roy Williamses of the world got out when it got crazy in college. I'll get to Bernard here real quick. Bernard, hello.
Hey, Steve, I'm working back and forth. A lot of talk about Todd Golden. Is he supposed to be entertaining NBA?
No. Okay. I just said at the top of the program today, with Dusty May leaving, right? That, and again, there was a reporter, CBSSports.com did a great column with him. They were with him when he got the Coach of the Year award. And he had to stop the interview to get a call from a recruit. And the recruit was coming. It was great. But he said to the reporter, the agent's tough. Well, the kid apparently twice confirmed he was coming to Michigan, ended up not going to Michigan.
Yeah.
So, I think he saw his chance and took it. And with Golden, I just said, and I didn't just mention him, but, what would a Nate Oates do? What would a Tommy Lloyd do? What would a John Shire do? What would a Todd Golden do if they got a really lucrative offer from the NBA to go?
Okay.
That was my premise.
I heard the guy just earlier call about a stepping stone. Steve Spurrier left Florida for the NFL. We didn't become a stepping stone. I just think Steve Golden has all the characteristics. He looks like a guy. He's similar to Billy D. I think at some point he is going to want to test himself against the best in the world. And I can just imagine the Michigan people, Steve. I bet that Michigan AD, athletic director, he probably did absolutely nothing wrong, and now he's catching hell from his fan base for letting Dusty May go. That's just how fans are. Steve, on to the NBA. Jaylen Brown out of Atlanta, very intelligent young man, spent a year at Cal Berkeley, and, you know, he has outside interests, very intelligent. But for some reason, Steve, he seems to rub people the wrong way up around. I don't get it. He's a great basketball player. I would not have traded him. Steve, to me, there's a reason why some guys are very good at this. Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, Steve Kerr, they can coach different personalities, and the guys that are able to do it, they don't succeed, Steve. This is the NFL, and you have to coach these different personalities. I think it's for Jason Tatum, Joe Mazzulla, Jaylen Brown to figure out, hell, we can't continue to take all these threes. We need to diversify the offense. And, Steve, Miami is a sophisticated market, unlike Orlando, maybe Charlotte, North Carolina. They don't want to go through a rebuild, so they want to rebuild on the run. So I understand why Pat Riley made the trade now. They got to add some other pieces to see what happened on the court with the one-loss record. Steve, can't have a great day, okay?
Yep, you too, Bernard. Thank you for your call. We'll take a break, come back, more to come. Love to hear from you as we are in hour 2 of Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF. Hey, folks, it's Steve Russell for my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. They've been in business for over 45 years. That in itself says a whole lot. Take a look around you when you drive. Take a look at the car in front of you, alongside of you. There's a really good chance it'll have a Southeast Car Agency tag, just like my vehicle does, and many vehicles before that have as well. When you go see them in person, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you to the good people at Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
Everyone knows Gator Trim Light is the go-to for patented permanent holiday lighting. But did you know they do so much more? From pool enclosures and businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, fully programmable, right from your smartphone. Invisible by day, stunning by night. Show off your orange and blue home or landscape with GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. GatorTrimLight.com.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. Wait, is that Ronaldinho? Ronaldinho! You think Brazil will win it all this summer?
Claro que sí.
Can I just say, you're my favorite player, ever.
Bet all of soccer's biggest matches this summer on Hard Rock Bet. And keep your cool in case you run into Ronaldinho. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and back your country. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You're listening to Sports Scene with Steve Russell, right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Getting near the home stretch for today's show, but plenty of time to hear from you. I want you, if you want a good read on the Dusty May situation, CBSSports.com has a columnist named Matt Norlander, and he wrote the column, and it's not a very long article, but it's really good. And when you read it, you will see what I'm talking about here. When he said to Dusty May, May said to him, quote, "I can't see myself doing this for too much longer," unquote. And he said May told him he aspired to coach in the NBA someday. He craved to know if he could do it and felt compelled to eventually find out, especially if the state of college basketball was going to be perpetually chaotic. And again, that says a lot. And will we see more of this? John Shire, you can't tell me, much like Todd Golden, he's not been approached. I mean, look, Hurley was approached, right? And I don't think it's wrong for a college coach to aspire to coach in a pro league. BB says college sports is going to have to be salary caps for college athletics, or more and more coaches that'll head to the pros is just too crazy. In your interview, Coach Walton touched on the hope to see players stay and graduate. That would be my dream as well. Coaches and players need a stable, consistent structure. Sad note, RIP Clive Davis. I was going to actually mention that at the end of the show today. If you're my age, he died at the age of 94. If you're my age, he was known as the man with the golden ear. He either signed, developed, produced for a ton of people. And it spanned generations. Aretha Franklin, Dionne Warwick, Janis Joplin, right? And then Whitney Houston, Billy Joel, Alicia Keys. I mean, it spanned generations. Yeah, what an ear for talent. And he had a great ear for sound as well. Okay, International Diamond Center email from Sam. Sam, it's long. I guess he's trying to ask, when you mentioned yesterday about Gator football and what's an acceptable win total, most people said 8. I'm in agreement with that. I think 8 would be a terrific stepping stone. But then what would the expectation be for year 2? Question. Better. I think most, by what I got yesterday, Sam, most people said 7 or 8 wins the first year, and then being a serious contender for the playoff by year 3. Now, what'll be interesting is if, and we don't know how many teams are going to be in the playoff, right? But if Florida was not in the playoff in the first 3 years, what would year 4 be like? What would the expectation be then? I have a pretty good idea. There'd be a lot of pressure on that coach to be in the playoff that year. Really believe that would be the case. We'll take a break, come back, last half hour. please, let's talk a little sports. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
The John Sumrall era begins this September, right here on WRUF.
Summer is here. This summer, don't let pain or lingering injuries hold you back. Good news. You don't have to deal with long waits or high costs at Titan MRI and Imaging. At Titan MRI and Imaging, you're not just another patient. You're treated with care in a comfortable, personal setting. With 2 locations in Gainesville and 1 in Lake City, being pain-free is a short drive away. And they accept insurance. So don't sit out this summer. Get the scan you need and get back to enjoying it. Visit TitanMRI.com to learn more.
Summer's back, and so is IDC's most popular offer ever. 0% financing for 5 years. Now through June 30th, you can make any purchase at International Diamond Center and spread your payments out to 2031 without paying a dime in interest. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, earrings, pendants. Our largest selection ever of certified hand-picked diamonds and exclusive designer fashion jewelry. International Diamond Center at Celebration Point. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
By now, you've heard about the Florida Legends Experience in Gila, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, and Steve Spurrier all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Soccer Sticker Fever is here at Miapa. Every Wednesday from 4 to 9 p.m., bring the family for Soccer Sticker Trading Night. Trade the stickers you're missing, pick up albums and sticker packs, and connect with fellow collectors. And kids ages 3 to 10 eat free with a paid adult entree. While the kids enjoy dinner, treat yourself to the best Cuban food north of Miami and delicious Cuban coffee at any of our 6 convenient locations. Miapa Soccer Sticker Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, 4 to 9 p.m.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
Nope, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
WRUF, where Gator Nation comes alive. 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
All right, we're getting down to the home stretch. Facebook Live question, courtesy of Ruse over State Farm from Hunter. The conversation of Golden's interesting. Do you believe if they have another disappointing tournament performance next year, that could determine whether he gets an opportunity or has already proved enough? Let me use your word, Hunter. Disappointing. Well, if you make the Final Four, I think you've proven you can coach. And if you make it again, now, look, I'm just going to say this, because there's an interesting Facebook question here. I think we all know what the expectation is for men's basketball. I think players know it, coaches know it, managers know it, media knows it, whoever knows it. And it's sad in a way that when you play an entire year, you can have one bad game and you're done. But that's the system. But let's just say, Hunter, that they get beat in the Elite Eight. Would that be a disappointing year? Yes. I think most Gator fans, I think Todd Golden would say disappointing, given who you have back, given, what happened this past year. The goal is to win a champion. It isn't getting to the Final Four. It isn't getting to the Elite Eight. It's winning the championship. That's the goal. And that's unfortunate because anything less than that, Hunter, will be viewed by some as a disappointment. And man, that's a tough gig, man, if that's the case. Domino's Pizza sponsoring hour number 2 of the show. And now we'll get Andrew here. Andrew, hello.
Yeah, you asked about what Gators would think if Todd Golden left. And I was thinking maybe it would be a different feeling than when Billy Donovan left. Because I feel like Todd, maybe you won't agree, but I feel like Todd Golden has a lot left to prove, where I think Billy Donovan, he got the 2 championships. He had so many years. Todd Golden, I still feel like has a lot to prove.
What does he have to prove?
Well, we had the championship, which is great, but we had trouble in 2 tournaments. We had a very talented team. We lost Iowa. I don't know if Billy. What do you think?
Well, I'll go back to my original question to you, Andrew. What does he have to prove? I mean, 2 years, Gator basketball has been elite. And he has 0 to prove. 0. He's already done it. And I think fans, media take for granted, how hard it is. You go back to the 04s when they repeated. You talk to them and they'll tell you what an absolute grind that was. A lot of the time it wasn't fun because of the expectation of fans themselves, media, because they were expected to go back and win it again because they all came back to do just that. Well, almost the same situation with Condon, Houck, and these guys now. They came back to win it again and to erase what they felt was a disappointment last year, and yet look where they got to, Andrew. A lot of teams would trade places for where Florida got to a year ago, even though it was disappointing. So I don't think he has a darn thing to prove at all.
Tournament-wise, we had the championship run, but besides that, we choked against Colorado. We choked against Iowa. I
totally disagree with that. They didn't. When you choke, it's like they had the game won and blew it, right?
Oh, yeah.
That in other words, and that didn't happen, in my opinion. That didn't happen. So
yeah.
Did you have a bad play at the end of the game with Iowa? And nobody ever gives credit to the other team either. That's another thing. When you're a fan, you don't credit Iowa for what they did. You look at what Florida did and say, well, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. But I'm going to say this again, Andrew. When that all occurred, where did it occur? At what level of the NCAA tournament did that occur at?
Second round.
Okay. So we'll see from here. Okay. Thank you, Andrew. I don't know what else to say. when you run the band back together like this, it's sad. History will be a better judge, but in the immediacy, in the now, right? If you don't win a championship, it'll be considered by some to be a failure. And if you get to the Final Four and you lose, is that a failure? Is that a failure? I hope people would not look at that and say, if that did happen, that that's a failure. Because by God, boy, if that's the standard, if that's where it is, I don't know. Don't forget, Sensei Asian Bistro, now open in Celebration Point, right next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you will not find any place else in Gainesville. Welcome them to our sports scene family, and it's a place where elevated dining meets unforgettable nights. Make your reservations today with the good people at Sensei Asian Bistro. We got one more segment left, but a couple of more emails here. William, I'd like to answer your question about Gator baseball. In my view, it was a disappointing season. Not a bad season, but a disappointing season. To your point, when you mentioned that Florida had worked so hard to get a top 8 national seed and not play well and not advance, while a team like Oklahoma did, is a hard pill to swallow. I just wonder how many other Gator fans are feeling that way today after watching Oklahoma win the whole darn thing. Yeah, okay. I mean, I see your point. And what about North Carolina? They made it to the championship game, but they've never won in Omaha. And they're going to have that stigma until they do. And you forget the accomplishment of getting to Omaha. You forget the accomplishment of getting to the championship game. It's forgotten. And that's, in a way, kind of bad. By the way, to end the SEC, Oklahoma won its third national championship. Jim Walton on the 94 team. They also won it in 1951. The SEC wins its 7th consecutive baseball national championship, 6 different teams. What is that, folks? That's called quality. It's called parity. And it's not easy. It's the SEC's 18th baseball national championship, which ties the Pac-12. If you go back in history at the College World Series, and again, the format was different, but USC, UCLA, Arizona State, I mean, a lot of those Pac-12 schools were really, really good. No longer the case. The SEC finished this sports year with 13 national championships in its sponsored sports. That's the most in conference history. 13. That's, I don't care what measuring stick you use, that's pretty good. And congratulations. The SEC just means more, right? But that says a lot about where the SEC is across the board when it comes to athletics. Pretty good. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. One last segment. Still have time to hear from you. You're tuned to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
It's the Battle of the Trucks at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC. The Chevy Silverado 1500 strikes first with 0% financing for 60 months. The 26 GMC Sierra strikes back with 0% financing for 60 months plus no monthly payments for 130 days. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and dock. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Subject to lender approval. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
This summer, bring every game home. Baseball, soccer, golf, like never before. With a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions. Delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it. At Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
Hey Gainesville, tired of big banks that don't know your name? Meet Galabank. Locally owned, locally operated. With over 350 years of combined experience, we're here to help our neighbors, not just customers. No call centers, no appointments necessary, no sign-in sheets, and anyone can cash a check on us. No extra charge. Local bank, local people. Galabank. Find us at 7515 West University Avenue off Tower Road. Galabank. Member FDIC.
Gainesville's best-kept secret is finally being revealed. Introducing Sensei Asian Bistro. Located in Celebration Point next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Sensei delivers a one-of-a-kind Japanese-French fusion experience that's as refined as it is unforgettable. Indulge in signature dishes like our smoked New York strip, Chilean sea bass, matcha curry, or the crave-worthy Chunggang chili chicken. Pair it all with handcrafted cocktails, fresh crudo oysters, or our premium A5 Wagyu tataki. Sensei Asian Bistro. Make your reservation today.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
A few more scattered showers and storms still possible near areas such as Lake City, Stark, Gainesville, Palatka, St. Augustine. Some storms may produce some gusty winds between 30 to 40 miles an hour and frequent lightning. Highs reaching the 90s again, 95 Gainesville, 95 Stark, 95 Ocala, 96 the Villages. It may feel like we're above the triple digits again. Lows tonight in the 70s. From the WFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Audrey Shirley.
The John Sumrall era begins this September. Catch every game right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM. We are your home for Gator sports.
You know, just to wrap up, Todd Golden is 103-41. I looked it up at Florida. Pretty good. And this past year, maybe tomorrow I'll bring this up. Florida won its 8th regular season SEC title last year. In the first, I think the last one was 2013, 2014, something like that. So it's been a while since Florida won an SEC title. Does that matter as much to you anymore? Because I don't think it does. I think the measure now is what you do nationally. Now, if you win the SEC championship, any kind of a championship, there's a good chance that you're going to have a good seed, all of that. And they did it against the 9th toughest schedule in the nation. So when you look at what Florida accomplished, yes, disappointing at the end, no doubt. But goodness gracious, how do you look and say bad year? But once again, that is the expectation here. But tomorrow maybe I'll throw that out because Lord knows it's getting difficult to get you to talk sports. So I will ask, is winning an SEC championship now as big a deal as it used to be? I don't think it is. In Coach Spurrier's day, I can still see him saying this when he was coaching, because if you won the East, the SEC East, there's a pretty good chance you were having a pretty good year, right? So that was an important goal. I don't know now where too many coaches and players say, it's really important to win the SEC. I think there's been so much emphasis nationally on the playoff. I think there's been so much emphasis on making that getting there is not as important. So I'll ask that tomorrow. I'm trying to look up something here as I talk to you, and I'm going to try to find it. I'll just say this. When Florida lost in the second round, I don't think many people thought that was going to happen. And yeah, disappointing, you bet. But we will see. 2 last emails. We'll say goodbye. Scott, Steve, I feel for you, man. It's tough doing shows this time of the year. How'd you do it over the past 27, 28 years? With a great deal of difficulty is how I did it. I mean, I haven't resorted to this yet, but I don't know. We're going to have, 7, 8 more shows before we take a little time off? I've not done what's your favorite sports movie. I've not done, what's the Mount Rushmore of Gator Bay. I haven't done any of that. But I'm thinking real hard about doing it. Because just, talking sports is, I think, and again, let's take what happened today with the Giannis trade. We had a few people talk about it. I'll say that, right? But I think we all know around here that just doesn't, But if I said, should we bring back the Gator Bait chant? I'll bet you we'd be here for going crazy. But hey, that's what makes the world go round, and that's okay. Many thanks to our sponsors, and I hope I have done all of them justice over the course of this Gator year. I really appreciate all of our sponsors, and thank you for being part of Sports Scene. It is very appreciated. If you want to be a sponsor, we would love to have you. Contact Freddie at 352-284-3733, and we can make that happen. And as I leave you today, make sure and check out our clip of the day on WRUF, Facebook, and YouTube at WRUF Home of the Gators, brought to you by Fairlife Milk. And don't forget, tonight, the Rays host the Royals. Cags in town in Tampa for Game 2 of their 4-game series. Coverage begins after the tailgate tonight at 6 right here on WRUF, your home for the Tampa Bay Rays. All right. Thanks to Tyler for producing today. We thank you for listening, and hopefully tomorrow we will do more on a Wednesday edition of Sports Scene. Enjoy the rest of your day. You're listening to WRUF. Kevin and the Sports Lab gang are next. Don't move that radio dial or however you're listening. See you tomorrow.
The Tampa Bay Rays play here all summer long. WRUF.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their Philly sub with fries, thinly sliced beef cooked to perfection and topped with peppers, onions and mushrooms, and provolone cheese on a baguette.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
P.F. Chang's Gainesville is serving up incredible lunch specials starting at just $11.99. So if you're in the mood for Asian fusion cuisine, stop in for lunch today. And don't miss happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. with $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Make your next lunch or afternoon unwind unforgettable at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch and happy hour.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
It's game day. Lights on, fans ready, everything running like it should. Now